Robert W. Bridle Jr., ENCSS. I lived up in the Portsmouth area, and the Squalus was a submarine that sank back in the I don't know, 40s maybe, and they had a big rescue on it. And it was in the news a lot. And they rescued a bunch of the guys off it. But the day I turned 18, my father took me uptown in Hampton to register for the draft. And after we left the town hall, we headed to Portsmouth. And I said, "Dad, where are we going?" He said, "So we're going to go see a friend of mine." So we get over to Portsmouth where my grandparents lived, and we kept going. We went over to Kittery. I said, "Dad, where are we going?" "We're going to see a friend of mine." We pulled up to the shipyard. We went in there, and we pulled up to this big brick building. And it said, Navy Reserve Center. And I said, "What are we doing here?" He says, "You're going to take a test to get in the Navy." I said, "Why am I going to do that?" He said, "Because your mother said so." Everything, if my mother said so, you did it. Okay, boot camp was really tough. I never went. I went into the Navy as a reserve, and they gave me a choice. Go to boot camp, and I asked what you did, and they said, "Well, you learn to march and fold your clothes and wash your clothes and do all sorts of stuff." And I said, "Well, what if you go to sub school?" And they said, "You learn about submarines and you get sub pay after you get on a submarine." So I went that way. It was in New London, Connecticut. You learn basically all the systems on a submarine and that sort of stuff. You go through the tank, which is a big tower that they put you in, and you're underwater, and you learn to escape from the submarine and go up with either a stanky hood or just a life vest and go to the surface. You can do that down to about 400 feet. I just went to high school and got a choice to go on submarines, so I took it. My father worked on submarines up at the shipyard in Portsmouth, so, and my grandfather worked there also. Matter of fact, my grandfather worked on the bank, and my father worked on the bank. My grandfather worked on building it, my father worked on it, repairing it a couple times.